So today we are going to go for the heaviest bench press on YouTube. It's currently held by this guy, and we will be trying to break it. It's currently at 200 pounds. Now, this is not the heaviest living bench press, nor is it anywhere close to the record bench press, but it is the heaviest on YouTube. So we're going to try and hit 205 today. We'll see what we can work up to. Probably try and include a lot of the accessories as well. So this will be like kind of also what a bench press workout kind of looks like, at least for me. And so let's get into it. All right, future generalist or present generalist strength here. Recorded this a couple weeks ago, but had some computer difficulties, so wasn't able to finish the video. But here we are now. Did a little 15-minute warm-up before we are here in the video, and now we're doing a little bit warm-up that is less general and more specific to the bench press. I like to do a general warm-up, the same one every single workout, but now we are specifically warming up for the bench press, really looking to open up the shoulders to get into some of the more compromised positions, or the positions that require a lot more mobility. This is really important for any type of single arm lift because your shoulder is completely free. You don't have two hands on the barbell, which causes, certain positions to be impossible. The shoulders can't move laterally if you have two hands on the barbell, but with just one, the shoulder can move in any 360-degree direction. And so I think warming up is really important. This is one of my favorites here, looking to get it so that the shoulder can very freely open up directly overhead, which is a mobility position that is a problem for many. I'm just going to do some light bench presses here with 95 as part of the warm-up. This is enough to kind of feel like some weight, but not enough to really be too challenging. We put on the wrist wraps. With any piece of equipment, I think that it's important to put it on before you need it, because you want to be used to using it by the time you need it, not suddenly putting it on and, it's just like how you don't want to do any major form change when you're going for a PR because, you want to warm up with any sort of major form change that you're doing, and the same idea with the wrist wraps. You want to be used to them before you're doing any sort of heavy weight. We're dusting up 135 for a couple reps here. Usually it takes quite a few reps to kind of get going, and some of the worst looking bench presses are 135, 145, 155 range when warming up. I've noticed usually you have to kind of get into a sort of rhythm, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here. We got 155 on the bar now, which is, you see this is actually the ugliest completed rep here with the right hand at 155. Of all the reps I completed, that's the worst looking, and you can see the elbow pain has begun. Since this video, I've changed the way I walk out, but I think that the way I walk out, the body gets ahead of the hand, and especially with my right hand, which is more mobile, it gives a kind of position when walking out that is very, very compromised in the elbow. And so kind of looking to change this up, but we have 170 on the bar now, and this will go up much smoother than 155 actually, which is kind of strange how that works, but it's just it's not, you're just never prepared, or at least this is how I feel, for the heavy bench pressing. The brain doesn't like it, and so some of them just always feel really dirty when starting to get warmed up, and then it feels a lot better. 155 with the left. We are going for 205 with the right and 175 for the left. These will be new PRs, and now we have the full plate and a quarter here on the right arm, and of course the classic gym experience of having people walk in front of your camera. Now, I don't blame the people. This is big box gym. This is kind of how things go. I am a little annoyed, at the time of recording, but I certainly very much understand from a gym experience, the eyeball space and this sort of thing. They don't owe me not walking in front of my camera. That's just a courtesy. They can walk wherever they want. They're just trying to work out. But we dusted up. And you can see annoyed look at me, but let's continue on. Here we're getting into some pretty heavy weight for the left hand with 165. This is only 5 pounds under a PR, and so this represents pretty heavy weight, but we get it pretty comfortably, a little bit of shake there at the end. The left arm is definitely considerably weaker than the right, which is not the case. So the last right-handed one had a bit of elbow pain. It was kind of sharp. Gonna keep going, but we'll see how things go. Might stop early before a failed attempt. So that was just me kind of talking about it, this is the real problem or real thing to take away from this workout, at least for me, is the elbow pain is getting to be a little bit too much. As I've gotten more and more mobile, the pain is more and more, and it only applies to the right arm, and it's specifically the walkout. But we get 195 pretty cleanly there, which is just 5 pounds under the PR, but again, it is very painful. Here we have 175. PR attempt number 1, and it's down. The walkout is often the hardest part, and so it represents, the walkout is generally, sorry, my video froze a little bit, and there we have almost getting it, and then I noticed I was going to clip the thing when I started helicoptering, and this psyched me out, and I ended up missing here. Here we're just kind of trying to prime our CNS for the fact that this 205 is going to feel real heavy by unracking 225. I've started to use this technique a little bit more on bench press and squat specifically because I kind of like it, but this is going to be the 205 attempt here. And can we hit it? It is quite heavy. You can see struggling to get the walkout position, and we drop it. Very often, if I can walk a weight out, I can bench press it, and so this is why we've, since, doing this workout, I've started to work on a new technique for walking the weight out. The walkout position is very compromised, but once you get there, once you stick the walkout, your hand's in perfect position is the thing. And we can't get the 175. And so we move on to some accessories. Now, usually I don't do accessories after a max out session, but I wanted to add some to the video. So this is mainly for the video, and here we're just going to do a ton of forearm accessories. And I know what you're thinking. Barbell, a bent row is not really a forearm accessory. Well, I'm trying to keep the bar as stable as possible and really, really gripping the bar quite hard. And the idea is that there's going to be a decent amount of transferability here to the bench press, in that, you have to control the weight, and the weight is a chain. It goes from your wrist, the elbow, to the shoulder, right? And if you fail at one point, it's going to move down the lever of your arm, it's going to become more force, and it's going to be a bigger problem down the line. So if you fail at the wrist, it's a big problem for your elbow. You fail at the elbow, it's a bigger problem for your shoulder, etc. This is a javelin press, by the way. Same idea, gripping the bar, trying to keep it stable. But the idea is that, if you get the wrist really, really, really strong, you can kind of nip a lot of the minor adjustments that you have to make in the bud before it has to extend down towards your shoulder. Just doing some forearm curls and reverse forearm curls here. It's not too crazy a thing. And so we'll just kind of, get through it. It's working on extension and flexion. The other two were just pure stability, the javelin press and the bent rows before that. And then once we get into these next ones, it's going to be supinating forearm curls. So this is working on supination. Notice how we're going from a neutral grip to a fully supinated grip, trying to, even twist our hands outwards. This really doesn't hit the biceps very much at all. It's only hitting basically the supination muscles, and it is kind of burning them up pretty good, despite it being a relatively light weight. Here we have tricep extensions with bottoms up kettlebell, and this is going to require that we, the ulnar deviation here, because in order to keep that grip neutral, you have to move. All right, so just finished up the workout. Did a little bit of sauna at the end. Didn't hit the 205, obviously, which was a bit unfortunate. Was really hoping to hit that. Was really thinking I could hit it. Currently, my training program involves me not going spectacularly heavy very often on bench press, and every time I do go heavy, I get that elbow pain in the right arm. I think it's because I'm articulating. Oops, let's not cover the camera. I'm articulating my hand way farther back than I need to, so the center of gravity is not stacked over my onside foot, and instead it's stacked backwards, which causes strain on the elbow joint. I'm thinking this is what it is. I need to probably go back to the lab and, as an accessory, do more unrack and holds and focus on having that rack position, so making sure it's stacked over my leg instead of behind the leg where I guess the elbow is compromised. This is my only thing. The 195, I think, felt better than the 185 because I was really focused on having my hand further up, more stacked over the foot rather than all the way back. So just a little bit of commentary on that. I'm really tired, not all here right now. You know, the sauna takes a lot out of me at the end, so probably need to rethink my accessories a little bit, although you got a taste of those, which I don't think I've had on this channel at all. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. It does help out. It does juice the algorithm, etc. And hit the notification bell too. And other than that, have a good one.